Guess you're watching the video because you want to be more motivated. I used to be just like you, not motivated, in my shell. And in these next couple of videos, you're going to hear about ways to be more motivated, maybe ways to make goals in life. Because, and I always hear people say, I can't do this. Oh, I don't know how to do that. Oh, blah 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 blah. There's no such thing as I can't do it. I'm 30s right now. In my 30s, and I used to be just like you. In high school, wouldn't talk to anybody. Middle school, in my shell, always shy to talk to people, and always think about what people think. Always judging. That's one thing in life. People always like to judge. There's no real like freedom of speech. You know, none of my stuff that I'm talking about is written down on paper. Nowhere. This is me. But in next videos, I'm gonna teach you. Like I said, to make you more motivated, achieving goals, because there's no such thing as you can't do it, and get over that fright, and, maybe give you some insight on ways to be more motivated to, let's say, for example, you want that new car, want that better job, you got to think about it, I'm in my 30s, but if you're in your 20s, you want to think, okay, do I want to be at this job for the next 10 years? Is there growth? Is there's, movement? Anywhere. I have people, friends that are, out of jobs. They say the recession is over, but it's not. And those people, they seem like they get stuck and they give up in life. But the thing is, you can't give up in life. Like, I've had issues in life, down and outs, but that's what's motivated me more to achieve goals and make goals every day. I don't write them down. I keep them up in my head. That's how I roll. The thing in life is, you can't think about people that judge. Hey, the only person that could judge you, I don't know, care your religion, Jewish, whatever you want to call it, not, pointing fingers, but, there's the person upstairs, whoever you believe in, you know, basically he's the person that can judge you, not Hoozy Lou or Susie or Joe, just it's you. You're your own person. Don't care. If you want to wear a purple shirt, wear a purple shirt. If you like pink shirts, wear pink shirts. Don't think just because people are making fun of you. It's not it's not right. Just think. Hey, put yourself in a box. Like, don't think about them. And basically, I used to be that person. I used to be that person where I would try to be, like everybody, be like my friends, because you know what? They could afford the good shit. I couldn't afford it. I was broke, no joke. But, as life has gone on, I've, set goals. I used to not be like this. I used to be just a, person that just went day by day, paycheck to paycheck. But that's not me. If I want to make a certain amount, I put that in my goal. If I want that new car, I put that in my goal. I always tell people, listen, there's no such thing as I can't. There's a word they call I can do it. And, basically you got to maybe take a piece of paper, maybe do like contrast things. Say, you know what? This is the good, the bad, and come in the middle, like they did in school. You got to think about, okay, you know what? Do I want to drink this Dr. Pepper, or do I want to drink water? Then you got to say, you know what is good for me? Okay, there's sugar in this, it's not good for you. Water, you're going to get minerals and stuff depending on what kind of water you're drinking. It's, good and bad. The same thing in life. The life choices you make are bad and good. You could be that person that is always negative, and guess what? You're going to stay negative. You got to get positive. You got to take it out of the box and say, you know what? I can do that. You know what? If I want that job, I'm going to go apply my shit, Not going to give up. You don't go to a job interview without a pen. You don't go to a job interview without an ID, social security card, everything. Because guess what? They're gonna look at you and say, "Hey, this guy's not serious. He wants a job, but can we depend on him?" That's why you gotta motivate yourself and put things like, say, you know what? Hey, if I want this job, let me make sure I have my ducks in order. Because if you go there and you don't, guess what? You're gonna fail. They're gonna look at you, say thank you for applying. You're gonna think in your mindset, I got this. I'm gonna get this job. You're gonna tell your friends, blah blah blah, and guess what? 6 weeks down the line, you still don't have that job because you weren't prepared. And by being more motivated to get things and earn things in life, you gotta be motivated. Um, And I used to, like I said, live paycheck to paycheck. I was a manager at McDonald's, living paycheck to paycheck. I thought I was doing it. I didn't have goals. I always looked at people always making goals in life, and I was just like, maybe like you. Let's just put it that way. Not to point fingers, but maybe I was just like you. Um, so basically, once I became in my 20s, I said, you know what? I want a life change. And I went out there for McDonald's. I worked there 5.5 years. I quit. I said, listen, 2 weeks, I can't do this anymore. I gotta move on. I moved on, and I actually, did electrical work. And that was a goal, a motivational goal to just do something different. You know what? I loved it. It was great. But then there's the thing at next. Worked there a few years. Then I say, you know what? I want to do the next big thing. You know what? I moved away for a little bit. I moved back to where I'm at now. Um, and I work for a great company. I wouldn't trade my job for anything. But I like to talk to people. I like to motivate people. I like to say, you know what? I like to listen to people and say, you know what, where have you been? Like, I like to learn what people do in life, because we're all different. White, black, Hispanic, purple, green, whatever you want to call it. We're all the freaking same. We all bleed the same. Color's not a thing here. But you got to remember, if you don't have any ambition, I think that's how you say it. I could look it up on an iPad, but uh, too much work. But I gotta motivate myself to that. But I'm talking to you guys right now. But I'll motivate myself for the next video with that. Um, but you gotta think about things in life and say what you want. Because the thing is, I work for a great company, like I said before, and I'm motivated every day. Always want to learn something new. Always want to learn that next big thing. Every day I don't write things down. I tell myself in the morning I wake up, I brush my teeth, I think about what I want to do today. If I gotta work late, I gotta work late. You know what? If I gotta make this person this, do this, hey, it's a part of life. Life is not easy. I'm gonna tell you that. I don't know. I'm a person where I'm very open. I could tell anything in life. I've been homeless before. I've lived in my car. Even with the company I work with now, I lived in my car for a little bit of time. And it truly showed me that what, I gotta be motivated. To move on. To get a next place. Because I was down and out. Had $900 in my pocket, and it was a real eye opener. And that's where I became even more into goals. I took care of some old people for a while, because they need some help and I needed some help. And that's where I started my plan of, motivating myself to get what I want in life. I've had great friends on the way that, helped me out. But, when I was really down and out and I had nobody, then $900 in my pocket, I really saw truly who my friends were, but I had so much pride. I didn't want to, accept, the help really. I wanted to get it myself. So basically, 2 years and I had everything saved up. I got myself all out of debt and everything I did. And I reached my goals, where I'm at now. I got a great fiance. I got, dogs. I got nice cars. Thing is, motivating. I don't know if that motivates you just by telling you, listen, it's a little bit of my story. I'm not really going to tell you about it all right now. But, I was down and out, had nobody. But it truly did show me who my friends were. When you're sleeping on a beanbag, you're sleeping there. And you get up the next morning and you don't know what you're going to do. You don't know where you're going to go because guess what? You're not working that day. You can't stay there. You gotta basically leave and wait till they come home. And basically, it's it kind of opened my eyes to say, what, I gotta get out there. I gotta figure out me, and that's what I did every day. I sat at a park thinking about my next thing, and yeah, what, it was sad, but the thing is, every day, I just think about the next big plan. But sometimes I would get off track. I would drink and I would just party and forget about things. But then the next day I'll come back and I'm like, man, why did I do that? And then I typed myself down and I stopped because I needed to reach my goal. And I did reach it. And there's more goals in life. I'm not done motivating myself. because every day is motivation to me. I think about, even if I want to go on a vacation, I think about, okay, what do I got to do? What do I got to save? What do I got to do to get there? I'm not the person to plan because I hate planning. I'll be honest with you. I hate planning. I'm not a planning kind of guy. My fiance knows I like to just go. That's how I like to do things. And I always like, like I said before, I like to talk to people. I like to learn about them. I like to what makes them tick. How they think about life. Because life is, it's a mission along with motivation. It's both starts with M. But basically, you gotta remember in life, you gotta get that pen and paper out. You gotta maybe, you could be, maybe you're 18, thinking, okay, what, I'm gonna get a job, have a kid, go to college, blah blah blah. You know what? You gotta think what's good for you. You know what? If you're motivated to get out there and just, work a job, work a job. You're the person that's gonna live, on your own, marry somebody, guy, girl, whatever you want, whatever you're into. Um, and also you gotta remember, the thing is you're gonna be there. You're gonna go to school, you're gonna get a debt. You know what? Straight up. And I have friends that go to school, they come out of college and guess what? They apply, they don't get the job. They end up working at McDonald's or something like that. But guess what? You know what? They gotta have the mentality to continue to drive themselves, to be more motivated and not think about, okay, you know what? I'm working at McDonald's, I'm gonna be here for 25 years. You know what? Even though you go to school, you gotta think of this way. You go to school, all right? You got a loan. You know what? You might be working that Wendy's job, that Walmart job, that Target, but you know what? You drive yourself. Even though you're gonna come home tired, take an hour or 30 minutes out of your time to take your resume, apply at a few spots. There's no such thing as I'm tired, I can't do this. That's just pitiful. I'm sorry. I don't want to offend anybody, but it's pitiful. You come home, you might feel tired, but hey, turn the computer on for 30 minutes. Maybe you're going to kick the TV on, cook a TV dinner, and, apply. Apply to one job a day. Apply. If you want that next job, apply yourself. It's just like I say, apply now. So guess what? You're going to apply yourself. And you might be working that dead-end job, but guess what? 2 months later, maybe you got that chance. It could be in Timbuktu. You might live in Georgia. You know what? The job's in Texas. You know what? You got to think about it. You know what? You could be married. You could have a girlfriend. You could have something. But guess what? In life, there's sacrifices. You got to be willing to make that sacrifice. It ties in with being motivated also. So you got to make that sacrifice. You go from Georgia working in Texas for 6 months, and then guess what? You move your family out there because guess what? You've saved a little bit of money. You move your family, your girlfriend, whatever she might, the person might be doing. You move them out there, and guess what? You've made a motivational move. You've actually improved yourself. You went from working at McDonald's to working for IBM. I don't know where you're gonna work. It just depends what you're trying to apply for. But that's a way of being motivated. You got to think about where do you want to be by 30. You got to think about that because 30 is like, let's say, midlife crisis. You're thinking, okay, 35 years later, I'm going to retire. You got to think about, okay, be more motivated also with, opening you got to think about 401k. You got to think about retirement. You got to think about, what, Social Security is going to give me $1,200 a month, at least $1,200. And your bills are going to have a mortgage maybe still. You got to depend on that Social Security to make you buy. So you got to think about investing. I invest. I'm investing every day, and I tell people, hey, invest. That's one of my motivations that I have. I like to invest things because the only thing I'm thinking about the future for me and my fiance, soon to be wife, because I want a better life for both of us, and I want a good life for our kids. That's what I think about every day about when I'm gonna have kids. But you got to think about that job and where they're gonna take me for the next 35 years. Where's that 401k? How much do I want to put in? How much I want to do this? You always got to think of that next thing because you're never gonna stop being motivated in life. Once you stop being motivated in life, that means you're giving up. That means you're just saying, you know what? You're throwing in the towel. You're saying, I quit. You can't quit in life. The only time you quit is when you die. That's the time you quit. Life is a job. You might not believe it, but life is a job. It's like your second job. You know, taking care of kids is a job. Walking your dogs is a job. Cooking dinner is a job. Driving yourself to work is a job. So if you think about it, everything in life is a job. So you got to motivate yourself each and every day to do those goals. You can't just think, oh, I might go to work today. Oh, I might brush my teeth. You know, maybe I'll do it later. Maybe I'll do my laundry later. Maybe I'll cook dinner later. You know, the thing is, it's everything's a job in life, and you gotta motivate yourself to, you know, just get it done. And you know, you just gotta not give up on yourself, because you know, giving up is also like throwing in the towel. You know, because you gotta believe in yourself, and once you start believing in yourself, you can motivate yourself more. Because I gave up myself. I gave up myself when I was homeless. I was like, oh my god, I couldn't believe it happened to me. I was like, holy shit. And you know, it didn't hit me right away when I knew that next day that was my last night staying where I was at, my home for my whole life. Knowing that, damn, it's real. I woke up the next morning and then I was like, oh shit, I'm not gonna be here. You know. And then that night it really hit me, and I think, okay, gotta make that goal. I gotta get myself out of this, because you know what? I don't want to be like this. And you know, like I said, you know, things got better. You know, got a great fiance, and you know, I motivate myself each and every day. But you know, I just gotta thank God and everybody, you know, that you know helped me along the way, and basically, I wouldn't be the person I was until you know I think about you know everything that's happened to me. You know, a lot of things happened to me. But that's a little bit about you know being motivated. I'm thinking about some other things for our next video. I'm gonna go more into you know ideas into being motivated, ways to you know create plans, ways to maybe a little bit insight on how I motivate in a few things. But just stay tuned, subscribe. You know, there's gonna be a great feed. You know, I've been in my 30s now, and basically, you know, I've been through it, and you know, I want to help you, you know, achieve goals. You can put comments, things to make, you know, the video better, or the next video might want to talk about where I can research it and maybe come back with something that might, you know, blow your mind or take you to space. I don't know what kind of stuff you're looking for, but you know, I like to talk. You can probably see that I'm jumping all over the place, but basically, you know, just subscribe, put some comments in the thing. You know, I try to respond back as soon as I can. You know, my busy schedule, but you know, I'm motivated to you know help you guys. Maybe you know tell you a little bit more. You know, things that you know could show you that drive to be more motivated. You know, maybe you might have a problem at work. Maybe I might have a problem with this. Just put it in the bar. You know, I'll get back to you as soon as I can. You know, I'll just put a comment there. But hope to hear great things, and hope maybe a little bit of this video probably inspired you more to be more motivated. But I'll talk to you guys next time. Later.